It is virtually impossible to talk about a very specific set of Aussie animals in Tasmania without getting a slew of Tasmanians in the comment section telling you that they are invasive species, which, when I first found out, was totally horrifying. I promised last week some photos of some lyrebirds I saw in South Cape Bay. They're not the best photos, but here they are. I've never been more excited to see a lyrebird in the wild. I tried so hard to get these photos, and then one day this lyrebird just popped out of the bush, and it was the best day of my life. If you are from Melbourne or the mainland, you will know that lyrebirds here are incredibly hard to photograph. They're so shy and so skittish, so seeing them in the wild in Tasmania was a big highlight for me. However, the people in the comment section aren't wrong, specifically this one person who did point out that lyrebirds are probably the least of the destructive introduced species that are from the mainland that are in Tasmania, which I found so fascinating. One that really got me is the kookaburra. I love filming kookaburras. It's one of my favourite birds to film ever, but every time I put up a video, you get told that these are invasive species, and they're so right. The kookaburra specifically was brought over to control the snake populations, apparently, which is crazy because Tasmania only has 3 snakes and they are all native to Tasmania, so why? The lyrebirds, they were brought over, I think about 22 of them were brought over, and they were released in more or less the Southwest National Park area, and now their populations have swelled to 8,000. And I think they probably are right in saying they are the least destructive. I know on mainland Australia, in like the Victorian high country and stuff, they're really good at turning over the leaf litter in the forest, and this has, I think, been shown to reduce fire impacts. Like there's a lot less dry leaf litter on the ground because it's constantly being turned over by these birds, which is helpful. However, in Tasmania, because they are an introduced species, it is impacting a lot of invertebrates in the ground. So, you know, they never had to live with lyrebirds before and now they do. That's what happens when you introduce species. If you are interested in this topic, I have pulled together some resources and done some writing to better understand this topic. You can find that on my website. I'm sure you know where to go to find that. There is also a really good TasGov resource called the Feral Deck, and it is a PDF that talks about the invasive and feral populations in Tasmania, those that are native to the mainland but are also just pests all over Australia, and categorizes them and gives really good information. So if you are interested in learning more for your travels to Tasmania, I highly encourage that. It makes it a much more interesting trip when you know what you're looking at and you know what you're talking about. And yeah, happy travels. Learn more when you travel. It makes it so much more interesting.